something you really want to do. But instead of taking action, you just don't. You overthink, you procrastinate, and before you know it, another day's gone and you're no closer to starting than you were yesterday. I've been there and still there. For the longest time, I was stuck in the cycle of wanting to do something big, something that will change my life, but being absolutely terrified to take that first step. And you know what's funny? It wasn't the actual work that scared me, it was the starting. The real reason we don't start, I used to think. I used to think I wasn't starting because I was lazy or because I didn't know what to do. But the truth, it was fear. Fear of failing, fear of looking stupid, fear of realizing that maybe I wasn't good enough. And the worst part, the fear felt so real. It was like this heavy weight sitting on my chest every time I thought about starting. But then, one day, something clicked. I realized that all this fear, all this anxiety, it wasn't actually about the tax itself. It was about me creating these what if scenarios in my head. What if I fail? What if people judge me? What if I'm just not cut up for this? I was so focused on what could go wrong that I didn't even give myself a chance to see what could go right. One day I was scrolling online, procrastinate as usual when I stumbled across this quote. You don't have to be great to start, but you have to start to be great. I don't know why, but that hit me like a ton of bricks. It made me realize that all the people I admired, um, every creator, every entrepreneur, every successful person, they they all had one thing in common. They started. They weren't perfectly when they began. They probably made a ton of mistakes, but they started anyway. And if they could do it, why couldn't I? So I decided to try something different. I told myself, you're not committing to being perfect. You're not even committing to being good. You're just committing to starting. Here's what I did. One, I broke it down. Instead of focus on the big, scary end goal, I asked myself, what's the smallest thing I can do today? It could be as simple as writing down an idea or watching a tutorial to um, I gave myself permission to mess up. I told myself it's okay if this sucks. It's okay if no one noticed or if everyone laugh. At least I'm trying. Three, I stopped waiting for motivation because let's be real, motivation comes and goes. Discipline is what keeps you moving forward. And you know what? The first step wasn't as scary as I thought it would be. It wasn't perfect, and I definitely made mistakes. But I felt something I hadn't felt in a long time. Moment. And the lesson I learned, here's the thing. Fear doesn't go anyway. Even now, I still feel it wherever I try something new. But the difference is I don't let it stop me anymore. I've learned that fear is just a sign that you're about to grow. That you're stepping outside your comfort zone. And every time you face it, every time you take that first step, you prove to yourself that you're capable of more than you think. So, if you're afraid to start, try this. If you're in that place where fear is holding you back, here's what I want you to do. Write down the smallest step you can take. Just one thing. Give yourself permission to be a beginner. Everyone starts somewhere. Remind yourself why you're doing this. What's your why? Hold on to that when things feel tough. And most importantly, just start. Don't wait for the perfect time because it doesn't exist. Start messy, start scared, but most important, just start. You know what? I want to share this because I know how hard it is to feel stuck in fear. But if I overcome it, so can you. Let me know in the comments what's one thing you've been wanting to start and what's holding you back. I'd love to hear your story. And if this resonated with you, hit that subscribe button. Let's keep growing together.